Lesson 1, page 7. It all began with drip, drip. Alka Shankar and Charlene Mukundan. Let's start. Alka Shankar is an author of repute. Her well-known book is The Mighty and the Mystical Rivers of India, Exotic India. She is famous for her children's books. Charlene Mukundan is a renowned children's author. She has written Murti, the storybook in collaboration with Alka Shankar. Let's share. Which of the following actions would you consider to be true acts of bravery? Why do you think so? Discuss in groups. Rolling down a hill. Swimming against the tide. Rescuing people from a house on fire. Saving a person who is drowning. Let's read. A tiger was caught in a storm. He had wandered near the village, looking for something to eat. Full stop. On the outskirts of that village lived an ill-tempered old woman. Full stop. The tiger huddled in shelter close to the wall of the woman's hut. The old woman was feeling very ill-tempered that night. Full stop. The rainwater was leaking through the roof. Full stop. Inverted commas. There is no escape from these drip drip. Inverted comma closed. She muttered angrily, pushing page 8, her bed around the room to keep it dry. Full stop. She shoved the bed and a tin trunk against a wall. Full stop. The wall shook. Full stop. This drip drip will be the death of me, she shouted. Full stop. The tiger on the opposite side of the wall felt the wall shake and was frightened. Inverted comma. The drip drip must be a very dreadful creature, he thought. Meanwhile, Bholenath, the potter, was out in the night, looking for his donkey in the storm. Full stop. Suddenly he saw an animal huddled in the dark against the wall of the woman's hut. Word nest. Outskirts means parts of the village or city farthest from the central area. Huddled means curled up. Muttered means talked indistinctly in a low voice. Shoved means pushed something in a rough way. Dreadful means fearful. It was page 8. Page 9. Let's do. Activity 1. Tick the correct alternative. A. The tiger took shelter near the house of number 1, an old woman, number 2, an old man, and number 3, a neighbor. B. The old woman was number 1, soft-spoken, number 2, ill-tempered, number 3, shy. C. The tiger thought drip drip was number 1, the constant falling of rain, number 2, the name of a man, and number 3, a creature. D. Bholenath was a number 1, farmer, number 2, weaver, and number 3, potter. Activity 2. Rearrange the following sentences in the correct order and put the numbers in the given boxes. One is done for you. Number 1. She pushed her bed around the room to keep it dry. Number 2. The tiger took shelter outside an old woman's hut. Number 3. Bholenath was looking for his donkey. Number 4. A tiger was caught in a storm. Number 5. Bholenath saw an animal huddled against the wall of the woman's hut. Number 6. The old woman was ill-tempered that night. একটি উত্তর এখানে করে দেখানো হয়েছে। The tiger was caught in a storm. এইটি হবে নাম্বার 1। পরবর্তীগুলো তোমাদের সাজিয়ে নিতে হবে। Activity 3. Answer the following question. What do you think would Bholenath's reaction be if he knew that the animal huddled in the dark was actually a tiger? Page 10. Let's continue. There is my donkey, Bholenath shouted, and running to the tiger, grabbed it. He pulled the tiger's ears. Move, you lazy donkey, or I will give you a hard time. The tiger was really frightened. This must be the terrible Drip Drip, he thought. Bholenath dragged the tiger home and kept him tied by a sturdy rope to a tree near his hut. In the morning, Bholenath's wife discovered the tiger tied to the tree and screamed in fear. Hearing her, the neighbors came running out of their huts. Bholenath was sleeping. He came out too. The people were all mystified. Who tied this tiger to the tree? They asked. A neighbor said, I think Bholenath can tell us. Full stop. I saw him last night dragging an animal through the storm. Full stop. Bholenath was too frightened to admit his mistake. Everyone looked questioningly at Bholenath. Full stop. In the meantime, the tiger, disturbed and confused by all the people, had chewed through the rope. It ran away to the jungle. The villagers were relieved. Bholenath now saw an opportunity to brag. It was I who captured the tiger last night. I even pulled its ears. Within inverted commas. Bholenath announced proudly. Everyone marveled at his bravery. Soon the news of Bholenath's bravery reached the king. The king was highly impressed. He made Bholenath the commander-in-chief of the king's army. Full stop. Bholenath and his wife were given a huge house to live in. Full stop. What next? Page 11. Sturdy, strong. Mystified means confused. Brag means to talk proudly about oneself. Let's do. Activity 4. Complete the following sentences with information from the text. A. The tiger was frightened because dash. B. Bholenath's wife screamed in fear when dash. C. Disturbed and confused by the people, the tiger dash. D. Bholenath announced proudly that dash. Activity 5. Answer the following questions. Why did Bholenath bring the tiger home? B. What made the neighbors come running out of their huts? C. Why were villagers relieved? D. How did the king reward Bholenath for his bravery? Let's continue. A few months after that evening, news came that a neighboring king has declared war. Bholenath and his king gathered at the royal court. The king told Bholenath, within inverted commas, "You are the commander-in-chief of my army. Full stop. I entrust you with the duty of protecting my state." Inverted comma closed. Bholenath came back home in utter despair. Full stop. "I don't even know how to ride a horse," he told his wife helplessly. "How will I defend our borders against 8,000 enemy soldiers?" "Don't worry," his wife said. "I'll tie you to the horse." In the morning, the king sent Bholenath a magnificent stallion. Bholenath got up gloomily on the horse, and his wife securely tied him to it with a rope. The horse did not like the feel of tight ropes. Page 12. It reared suddenly and galloped off wildly. Bholenath hung desperately to its mane. Realizing that the horse was headed straight for the enemy camp, Bholenath shouted in fear, full stop. The horse could not be stopped. Bholenath noticed a large tree with its branches hanging over the road, full stop. As the horse galloped under the tree, Bholenath reached up to grasp the branches and pull himself free. But the branches broke away in his hands. The horse has entered the enemy camp, full stop. The enemy soldiers were astonished to see a wild-looking man tied to a fiery stallion, waving branches excitedly. Full stop. "Help! Help!" Bholenath was shouting. The enemy soldiers did not hear him. They were greatly scared. This must be some great warrior come single-handedly to defeat us. The soldiers were overcome with fear and instantly ran away without putting up a fight. Soon the news of Bholenath's great victory spread. Full stop. Everyone was amazed that he had defended his state all by himself against 8,000 enemy soldiers. Full stop. The king awarded him in a public ceremony. Bholenath became a legend. It all had started with a drip drip. Page 13. What next? Despair. The feeling of having lost all hope. Stallion, a fully grown male horse. Reared means brought up. Let's do. Activity 6. Write T for true and F for false statements in the given boxes. Give supporting statements for each of your answer. A. Bholenath did not know how to ride a horse. পাশের বক্সে T অথবা F লিখতে হবে. B. The king sent Bholenath a magnificent elephant. Gap box. C. The enemy soldiers were happy to see Bholenath. Gap box. D. Bholenath defeated the enemy soldiers single-handedly. Gap box. Activity 7. Answer the following questions in complete sentences. A. Why was Bholenath full of despair? B. How did his wife help him to overcome his trouble? C. What made the enemy soldiers greatly scared? D. Do you think Bholenath could truly be called a legendary character? Give reason for your answer. Page 14. Let's learn. Read the following sentences. A. This drip drip will be the death of me. B. Everyone marveled at his bravery. C. Bholenath came back home in utter despair. In the above sentences, the blue colored words are nouns which indicate either a state of being or a quality of mind. এখানে ব্লু কালার দিয়ে লেখা আছে death, bravery and despair. Let's do activity 8A. Read the following sentences. Underline the nouns which indicate either a state of being or a quality of mind. Number 1. The king is known for his kindness. Number 2. The beauty of the flower attracted me. Number 3. Childhood is fun. Number 4. India attained freedom in 1947. Let's learn. The words you have underlined in activity 8A are abstract nouns. Abstract nouns always indicate a state of being or a quality of mind. Now that abstract nouns are usually formed from number 1. Adjectives. Example, bravery from brave, kindness from kind, etc. Number 2, verbs. Example, death from die, freedom from free. Number 3, common nouns. Example, childhood from child, heroism from hero, etc. Page 15. Let's do activity 8B. Form abstract nouns from the following words. Number 1, dark. 2, adult. 3, amaze. 4, disturb. 5, confuse. 6, sweet. Let's learn. Read the following sentence. You are the commander-in-chief of the king's army. In the above sentence, the word army indicates a number of soldiers spoken of as a whole. Let's do activity 8C. Underline the words that indicate a group of people, animals or things taken as a whole. Number 1. I saw a crowd in front of the shop. Number 2. A herd of cattle is passing by. Number 3. Our school cricket team has won. Number 4. A bunch of flowers was kept in the vase. Let's learn. The words you have underlined in activity 8C are called collective nouns. Collective nouns indicate a group of people, animals or things taken as a whole. Collective nouns always take a singular verb when it is used in present tense. It was page 15. Page 16. Let's do activity 8D. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate collective nouns given in the help box. One is done for you. Number 1. A pose or policeman marched by. Number 2. I bought a dash of grapes from the market. Number 3. A dash of sheep was grazing in the field. Number 4. I saw a dash of bees buzzing around. Number 5. The dash is very noisy. Help box. Flock, pose, swarm, bunch, class. Let's learn. Read at the following sentences. Number 1. The wall shook. Number 2. The horse galloped off wildly. Number 3. Rainwater was leaking through the roof. Number 4. Bholenath hung desperately to its mane. In sentence 1 and 2, the blue colored words, that is wall and horse, are names of an object and a living being which can be counted. But in sentence 3 and 4, the red colored words, rainwater and mane, cannot be counted. Let's do. Page 17, activity 8E. Underline the words in the following sentences that can be counted. Circle the words that cannot be counted. Number 1, I am reading a book. Number 2, iron is a useful metal. Number 3, Snowy is his pet dog. Number 4, she has long hair. Let's learn. The words that you have underlined in activity 8E are countable nouns. Countable nouns have plural forms. The words you have circled in activity 8E are uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns do not have plural forms. Let's do activity 8F. Read the sentences carefully and put the underlined words in the correct columns. Number 1, milk is good for health. Milk is underlined. Number 2, the door is closed. Door is underlined. Number 3, I bought a kilo of sugar from the market. Sugar and market are underlined. Number 4, children play with toys. Children and toys are underlined. Page 18. You have to make 2 columns, countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Activity 9. Find words from the text nearest in meaning to the words given below. A. Kingly. B. Sorrow. C. Surprised. D. Afraid. Let's talk. Tell the class how Drip Drip changed Bholenath's life from being a potter to a commander-in-chief of the king's army. Let's do. Activity 10A. Imagine You are caught in a storm while returning home one night. Write a short paragraph in about 60 words describing your experience. Use the following hints. Returning from unsplash dash sky darkened dash wild wind rained dash no one around dash how you reached home. Page 19. Activity 10b. Study the family chart given below. At the top, it's given Raghunath Jha, grandfather, and Bani Devi Jha, grandmother. From them, Savita Birender Lal, potter and postman. Sundar Lal, Rajani, farmer and homemaker. Savita Birender Lal, from them, Ramu, college student. Sundar Lal Rajani, Ramu and Rima. Ramu school student, Rima school student. Suppose you are Rima. Your grandfather is Raghunath Jha. Write a short paragraph in about 6 sentences about your family. Let's walk together. Form groups. Take a sheet of chart paper. Draw that incident from the text which you liked the most. Color it. Describe the picture that you have drawn to the class.